Hi everyone, welcome to another exciting edition of Words, Images, and Worlds. I'm peering into, it looks like the recording booth, talking with author, creator, voice actor Earl Baylon. Earl, thank you for joining.
Thanks for having me. How you doing?
I'm good. Glad to be talking with you. I know we're
Great.
talking about Lineage.
Yes, sir. Lineage.
Yes. And we'll sort of get there by way of talking about some of your career so far and some of your creativity. I know that you're also involved in the world of improv. Is this true?
Yeah, that's it. Honestly, that's where I started. I discovered improv when I was in college, and it kind of shifted my life path. So, you know, it went from pre med to acting pretty quickly, much to everybody's chagrin around me. So,
Both involve split-second decisions, I'm sure. I'm sure that's a
yeah,
connection.
oh, yeah, that's very true. Yeah, one is life and death. One is less so. So,
Yeah, yeah. The life and death of fictional characters.
very,
Yeah, yeah. What led you to this world of creating, authoring, storytelling, dramatic arts?
well, I had always been creative as a child. Growing up, um, I was into music. I took guitar and piano lessons and all that. I wanted to be a comic book artist like a lot of other kids. So I was
Mhm.
drawing constantly, and I did drama in high school, but it was always something that I kept in the back of my head, but it was not a career path. According to my parents. So, yeah, I went hard into science in high school and college, and right around when I discovered improv, which is when I took an intro to acting class in college. I think it just broke this. It broke something inside of me, and I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do science. I love science, but as a career, it was just not. I don't know. I don't think my heart was in it. So yeah, I still tried to keep doing it for a while after college, and eventually, I joined an improv troupe, me and my roommate, and that kind of opened up everything for me. That led into sketch comedy. That led into writing. That turned into getting an agent and auditioning for professional projects, and 15, oh, not even 15, 18, almost 20 years later, we're here. So yeah.
Nice. Love the journey. And you mentioned comics early on there. How did comics enter your story? How did they become a focus?
um I feel like it was either Ninja Turtles or it was Wolverine. um
Hmm.
and
Both great sources.
yeah, absolutely. I uh i definitely still have, oh, I don't have my long box anymore filled with my, like, old comics, but I still have one of the original graphic novels, Ninja Turtles, and I read that thing backwards and forwards so many times. It's literally falling out. I'm looking at it on my shelf. I have the same copy from when I was a kid, and it's in tatters. So, um, I read that thing backwards and forwards. I wanted to create stories like that, you know, and I wanted to do that kind of art, the kind of art that, like, moved me, that captivated me. I wanted to create something similar. Um, and I never got quite there in terms of, like, my skills, but my art skills, but it was definitely something that kept with me, um, all the way, pretty much my entire life. Ninja Turtles and Wolverine became X-Men, and then Image happened, and that's, um, Spawn, Savage Dragon, the Pit. I mean, the Max Pit, all that stuff. Youngblood, uh, Spawn, Simon Twitch. Uh, yeah, those were my books. I read a lot of that stuff, um, and not so much Avengers, but a lot of X Men. I was like really big into X Men, and of course, that was really when MCU or like the beginnings of Marvel started happening. Blade, um, the original X Men series, and now we have the MCU. So it has kind of been there my entire life. Comic books, just to I don't know. It's definitely been a constant. So when people are talking about like superhero fatigue, look, I don't know what that means because like
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's never that's never gonna be me because like it's always been part of my being. So
Same, same. Yeah. I will take more and more of it, and love to see different characters out there embodied. Uh, Curious what it's like now to have been involved in these worlds as a performer because you are in the world of Batman by
yeah,
way of video games, Tomb Raider by way of voice work there with animated work, Wonder Man. You're a fixture in the MCU. You exist in the MCU. So what is that like, and how do you approach that?
that's gosh, that's super surreal. I mean, even now, I'm like, some days, when I have a little more clarity, I sit and I look at the past 5-10 years, and I'm like, what is my life? It's it is it is definitely something I dreamed of, where I dreamed I wanted to be, but for so many years it was so nebulous. The path was so nebulous. Um, that I never really thought I would get anywhere close. So to be um, anywhere in the vicinity of what I'm doing now it really is a dream, and to be able to touch these franchises like Batman. When I booked that, I was like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "What do I do?" Um, but yeah, that was super exciting, and it is
Yeah.
every time I get to touch anything. Um, of with that kind of history, it's there's a lot of pressure, but it's also I feel very privileged. I feel very lucky to be able to do that, and I'm very grateful. So Tomb Raider, when I booked that, I was like, oh my god. Being a gamer, also like growing up, I I couldn't believe it was happening. So I try to put that away when I'm actually working, but um, sometimes it sneaks through.
As it would, yeah. Um, Now, how did you get in touch with this person that I know we both know? I've talked with him a few times now, Doug Marcaida.
Doug. So, Doug's great. I w- well, I associate produced with my co-writer Justin Quizon. We both associate produced this movie called Lumpia with Vengeance,
Hmm.
and that is under a the production company is called Kid Heroes Productions. It was started by Patricio Janelsa, who's currently like our creative director for this project, Lineage. Um, but he had us on as associate producers, so we were like writing, doing writing stuff for him, punch ups on the script, and helping him basically as along that entire time, um, through the release of the film. And once the film was released, Pat decided to go into creating comic books that were surrounded or that were part of the continuum of the movie, because the movie itself is kind of framed as a comic, um, and so we started writing actual books, and I, we've been doing it for like 4 years now. I want to say, which is it's it's pretty cool. Um, but one day Pat calls me and Justin. He's like, "Hey, we got approached by this guy, Doug Marcaida. Have you guys heard of him? And I'm like, yeah, Forged in Fire.
Hmm.
Because, I mean, that's another thing. I did martial arts growing up, so, like, I knew who he was. Um, and I watched Forged in Fire because knives. Um, but yeah, that's how it happened. So Doug apparently, he approached, he had the story that he wanted to tell. He approached a mutual friend of ours, I think, Winston it was. But Winston approached us and was like, hey, Doug is looking for somebody to create this comic book. Um, and you guys have the machinery going already. So, yeah, we met with Doug. Um, we pitched him what our idea would be for his outline that he had sent us a couple days before. And yeah, he liked the ideas we had, so we moved forward. Um, he liked our artist, and now here we are writing our second issue. So and kickstarting our second issue and second to through fourth issues. So yeah,
There is a plan here. There is an ongoing story, and I know that it's the story kind of told from the perspective of the Blade. So, what was
yes,
that collaborative process like to kind of unpack this world and build it out?
it was. It was. I don't want to say it was easy because nothing like creative is ever like easy, but it was very. We all, I think we all work very well together. And like I mentioned, Doug had all these ideas to begin with, and I think he's been thinking about this story for a while. He'll tell you, think that he originally wanted this to be a TV show.
Mhm.
Um, but he had a whole bunch of ideas, and he wrote down this maybe 2 or 3 page outline of like what he like the story kind of just encapsulated in 2 pages what he wanted, who the brothers were, what the blade was, and kind of the big milestones he would like to have. Um, he gave that to us, and Pat was like, "All right, if you guys can split this into like 4 issues, and make 4 issues, 24 pages, and make it work." Um, we're like, "Yeah, we can do that." So we came up with an outline, uh, like a more structured outline, changed a few things, rearranged things time wise, gave settings to the places, character to the characters, um, and all that. And then we sent the outline off to Doug and Pat. They took a look at it, approved it. We went to script, wrote all the stuff, gave everything to Felix over in the Philippines, and in between there's a lot of like back and forth with regards to like developing the look of everything with both Raymond, who's another one of our artists, and Felix. So yeah, it's this kind of big jumble of stuff, but it all works out. We have these huge threads on Gmail that are just like massive, and all there's just so many images going back and forth that it's filling up my storage, and I have to buy more pretty soon.
Say those
So,
are good emails to get, right? That means the creativity is flowing. If Google's like, your storage is this much full.
oh yeah, absolutely. And let me tell you, like every time we get like new stuff, new concept, new layouts, new covers from Raymond or Felix, it's like Christmas. You know,
Yeah.
you know, you get even if it's not final art, you get the line art or you get the idea in your inbox. It's like, oh man, gets realer every email that comes out. So it's great. I love the process.
Yeah, as somebody who has been steeped in comics and knows comics well, and I mean, you're naming a lot of my influences there with Image and X-Men and things like that.
Nice.
What was important to include in the book for you?
For me, and when me and Justin were first like hashing this out, how to make this work, we really wanted the brothers to be real characters. We wanted them to have feelings, the way of um unique points of view, unique intentions, um, and we didn't want them because we knew this was going to be like very action oriented. We didn't want it to them to be like one dimensional characters. Not you know not saying that like like action heroes like the 80s action heroes are one dimensional necessarily, but we wanted a little more from our guys. Um,
Yeah.
so that was super important to us. What was also super important to us was that, and this always is important, uh, that everything made sense. We wanted everything to make sense. Um, we wanted, A to follow B. We're worried about these huge jumps in logic, that stuff. So those two things, I think, the relationship with the brothers, and we wanted everything to make sense. At least that's what I approach this project with.
Yeah. Yeah. Very cool concept, character driven. It sounds like, and not just planning kind of issue by issue, but you have this kind of vision for arcs because you said kickstarting issues 2 through 4. So
Mm-hmm.
it sounds like you have the architecture of a pretty long-standing series on your hands.
We do. We have up to issue 4 hashed out in terms of like the big story beats. So we know we are writing to a definite end.
Mm,
Um, and the interesting about Lineage is it is kind of a meta story. So um, I don't know if Doug covered this, but like uh, Lineage is like saying the MCU, right?
mhm,
Um,
mhm,
and Brotherhood of the Blade is the specific story that we're telling right now. But what Doug would like to do is, after we're done with at least telling this intro to Brotherhood of the Blade, he wants to take it to another place in the world. So because right now the blade we're telling the point of view the point of view blade is called the Marcaida. It's a karambit, which is like a Southeast Asian weapon. Um, and he's thinking after we're done with Brotherhood of the Blade, we're gonna go somewhere else in the world, maybe like to Japan, pick up the katana, or like a claymore in Scotland or something.
mhm, mhm. Yeah, cool concept.
Yeah, we'll see. Who knows?
Yeah,
It's all pretty exciting, but definitely, I'm very much focused on like 2 to 4 right now.
yeah, yeah. Uh, what is next for you creatively? Where would you like to go in terms of kind of the universes that you've gotten to interact with as well as the comics field?
Um, I don't know. I think that it's hard for me to not really dream where I want to go, but like it's hard for me to um envision where I want to go next, just because like and this sounds corny, but I tell people like if I never act again, I already consider myself good. Like I'm good. I
Mm-hmm.
I made some kind of mark in somewhere in with my acting career. Um, if I were never act again, I think I would be okay. Not monetarily, but like just spiritually. Um, so I don't know. I mean, I would love to continue doing video games, and in the end, I want to tell stories that really move people. I want to, something that people remember. I want to I want to be in people's end games. I want to be in people's interstellars. I want to be in people's everything everywhere all at once. I want to be in those. Dunes and all that. So Hamnet, that's out. Sinners. Um, I'm just naming movies now, but
Great
in terms of
universes.
yeah, many universes. I want to play in all of them. Um, Transformers, that would be great. Now
Hmm.
you got me thinking. But in terms of comics, I just want to keep on telling these stories that are personal to me. Um, Stories, and a lot of the stories that we are telling with Kid Heroes are very much based in Filipino culture, and I think there's a lot of things. There are a lot of stories to be told there, and I want to keep telling them. And Lineage is another stop on this train of storytelling.
May it continue. If I'm a listener and I want to find out more, where are some places I might go to do that?
I am everywhere on the internet at Early Be Good. That's EARLYBGOODE at the end, like Johnny Be Good, but Early Be Good. So that's Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, everywhere.
Wonderful. Well, great conversation, Earl. Glad to have you back anytime. I'm looking forward to seeing where the series goes and looking forward to seeing the next universe that you appear
Me too. Thank you so much.
in. Anytime, anytime. Thanks.